Are you a single person who wants to be in a relationship? If so, you might think this is a strange question I'm going to ask, but why? Why do you want to be in a relationship? Is it because you're feeling a bit lonely and just want someone to talk to? Or is it because you get down sometimes and just want a hug or someone to give you a bit of encouragement now and again? Or is it that you do honestly want to be with somebody, to share every part of your life with them and are willing to be part of theirs in the same way? I'm really talking to Christians here, but this principle can apply to anyone. But if someone isn't a Christian, they probably won't see this as such a big deal because the worldly mindset tends to be, well, if it doesn't work out, just walk away and move on. But for a Christian, it's different. Because if you're a Christian, you hopefully want to do things God's way, which means, for example, keeping sex for marriage, for being honest with one another, and giving, and thinking of the other person, not thinking about taking as much as about giving. See, God's way is different. I know some worldly marriages, every people do give to each other, but I think you know what I mean. Honesty is a big one, actually. So I can say from my own experience, from when I've not been a Christian, that lying comes a lot easier. In a relationship, you can lie and you can move on from it. But when you know the Lord and you're a Christian, you can't just lie and cheat and move on. Because if the Lord is in your heart, he won't let you get away with that, and you won't want to, because you'll grieve the Spirit in you. So are you prepared to be honest with another person? Really honest, and to care as much about their happiness and what happens to them as you care about yourself? I'm saying these things because I've seen from looking at Christian message boards and that there are a lot of Christians that are praying for a partner. But I just wonder how many of them really do want that, or maybe it's something else that they need. Some may be wondering when it's going to happen, when God's going to answer their prayers. But don't forget, God does know you better than you know yourself. He sees your heart and he knows what it is you're really looking for and what you really need deep down inside, and it may not be what you think it is. So if there seems to be a delay, just check that it is a relationship you really are honestly wanting, and it's not just a good friend or a group of friends or some fellowship. I know there are exceptional circumstances, but generally speaking, no one in the Christian faith needs to be lonely specifically just because they're single. You know, they can have fellowship with other Christians, they can do lots of things. They don't have to be in a relationship. They can find comfort from other things and from the Lord, who should be our best friend at all times. In fact, even afterwards, married people, single people alike should all have fellowship, because the Bible says that we should, and we need it. So if it seems your prayers haven't been answered yet, what I want to say is don't go out of the will of God and tie yourself to someone that the Lord hasn't put you with. Be patient, because walking out of the will of God can bring you nothing but unhappiness and pain and trouble. I'm not saying God couldn't help you if you get in that position, but you will definitely miss out on his best for you. So if you are feeling lonely, don't run into a relationship like some people do and end up making a mistake. Wait on the Lord and check that that's really what you want, because he'll give you what is really in your heart if you're following him and you want to serve him.